Takamesh Harbor. Tour of this morning. The houseboat was down Pumpkinhead Lake,
Mr. Potter
where high
and
waves thrashed it about mercilessly. According to its owner, Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. Potter and Tabby paint the porch.
Don't block
the
your
river
freaking.
part, much of the
Mr. Potter and
equipment on the
porch.
houseboat was lost in the lake, including a new set of dish and stove, a color television set, and a dirt bike. Tony talked to me to it, and it wasn't easy.
The porch.
You would think that
Mr. Potter.
that because my father was a former Cuba diving pro, he taught it. I followed gladly in his footsteps, right now. So I only went to the sport.
The flower bloomed.
Because my father, for some reason, waters doesn't appeal to me that much. Anyways, after about 15 minutes on the hotline, Tony and I hung up. I turned to glance at the clock in the kitchen and caught my mother looking at it too. She had a pantry door open, taking inventory.
He said again, Mr. Potter,
of the depleting stock and made a list of it on a pad. Well, she said, in that half-series, half-amused way of hers.
Then I'll read you a story.
17 minutes of a very
plan,
scintillating
especially when
conversation broke the record about 5 to 8 minutes. What was all about anyway? Tony wanted me to go scuba diving with him. I said, where? Pumpkinhead Lakes. Pumpkinhead Lakes is about 3/4 of a mile south of our home. And an ideal lake for scuba diving is small, only 6 miles long, half a mile wide at its broadcast point, and 115 feet deep. At its lowest point, we never scuba dive at anywhere near the depth of
This was even better than the story.
But I like to mention it because my father, skilled diver, that guy, were on Pumpkinhead Lake, and my mother asked, off Turkey Port, I said, that's about 2 miles from the north end of the lake. Pumpkinhead running from northeast to southwest. Looks like a bush slake mark. Looks like a blue slake mark on a map. It's been stocked with trouts and bass. And sometimes my father and I, or Tony and I, take out our fish poles and bring home a mess of them. How deep is it? And is anybody else going to beside you and Tony? Oh, Ma. You know, I never dived more than 20 feet or 30 feet, I told her. It's less than that there, and nobody else is going now. I can move on, I told Tony. I'd be there in 15 minutes, she smiled. Whenever I see my mother smile, I always think that she has such white teeth. She'd be a knockout on one of those TV commercials. Okay, Scuba moved on. She said, thank you, I said. and bowed out of the room. I got my gear, piled it into the rear basket of my bike, and pedaled off to Tony's house. Tony, whose full name is Tony Francisco, lives on Pine Street.
All do it over again. Sir? Then I will need
I've known him all my life, which is going on to 13 years, but it's only been the last couple of years that we have become pals. Don't ask me why. It just happened. I didn't see him around when I got there. Are you looking for Tony Ron? Mrs. Francisco called from the kitchen door.
I was just drinking water.
Yeah, I said.
To this?
He said he'd be waiting for me.
Can't read. So I'm going to return it now. Mr. Potter said we have to do it all over again. Will said, she said, Mr. Tubby wearing up his sleeve.
I didn't see him looking around when I got there.
Again.
Are you looking for Tony Ron? Miss Francisco called from the kitchen door. Yes, I said. He said he'd be waiting for me. Here I am. I heard a voice yell. Tony's voice seemed about an octave higher than ours. I recognized it anywhere. I looked around. Where? I asked. Here, he said, underneath the porch. Wait, I said. I'll be right out. His mother chuckled. Vathanak chased a mouse or something under there and can't find her way out. So Tony had to crawl and after her. Nerva, is there a cat? A calico feline with 6 toes on each paw. As for me, I wouldn't give a dime for any cat. One scratched me once just because I wanted to pet it. Since then, the wider gap between a cat and me, the better. A few seconds later, Tony crawled out from under the porch. Nerva chuckled under his right arm.
The porch was dry.
The instant
arrived with Tabby and Zig. Mr. Potter was happy to have Tabby again.
And bounded up. He got up and brushed himself off. Dumb cat, he said. That's the third time we got tracked under. Last time she got tracked under.
They brought out
to them to know to find her way out.
Just as Mr. Potter was about to begin, a pink squirrel and blue squirrel walked by.
Can't you plug the hole where she goes?
A pink squirrel and a blue chipmunk
He looked at me. Whatever of Procrastina.
And Mr. Putter and Mrs. Teeper laughed so hard.
Castina
But
should.
they didn't
That
even
means
need a funny story.
never do today what you can do tomorrow. It's my dad's favorite motto. I sure don't knock it.
So
It's
Putter
good.
and Tabby other
It's
adventure.
good points.
Tabby
Look
poured tea.
around
Tabby
for
walked
his
the dog.
diving gear.
Where's
You
Tabby
ready
walk
to
the dog?
go? Wait a minute, he
Walk the
said.
dog.
He trotted up the porch and came back down with the gear.
Tabby walked the dog.
Then he got his bike out of the garage, placed the gear into his rear basket, and we rode off. Be home before 5 now, his mother called after him. I will, he called back to her. We rode through the streets, crossed the bridge and Englewood,
How do you write
and
that?
took the shortcut through the park with the 4th
But how?
of July.
Não faz
Just behind us, this was
What
a
does this
nice
say?
time of years. The
What
trees
does
were
this say,
flush
Roberto?
and green
Seems to
with green leaves. The grass was like an emerald
I
sea,
don't know what it says.
and a few
Continent.
flowers in bloom
Continent.
or
Continent?
Yeah.
like frosting
Continent
on a
seems to
cake.
come
This
going
one-
I
down.
heard a hum behind
This
us
one.
that
Oh,
quickly
this one.
grew into a roar. A couple of seconds later, 2 motorcycles
Mr.
sped
Putter
by
and
us.
Tabby started
Foi
singing.
trampo,
One
foi
on
trampo,
full, on
foi
our left and the other on our right. They both gasped their engines as they
Belongs to the smile. Mr. Putter and Tabby stirred the soup.
went by, then fired
Chapter one,
their
soup
plugs
day,
to
maybe
make
not,
them
maybe.
sound
Chapter
like
three,
a
neighbors.
pistol shot.
Chapter 4, the brother. Chapter
This
5,
was
soup.
against the city of Orleans laws, but no one cops
Chapter 1,
around
soup
a
day. Mr. Putter and his fine cat,
like
Tabby,
fires
lived in
spark.
an old house,
Plugs wasn't going to
but an
stop
old
the
porch.
meanders and
And
sketch
an
Bentleys
old
from
tree.
having their
He
fun.
liked of the old
Plugs,
things
said
inside.
Tony. I wonder,
Hmm.
was
Mr. Putter and
motorcycles
Tabby
they
did not mind
stripped
the
last
old
night?
things. They were
Glad we
old
got
too,
bikes.
so they felt
I
the
said,
right thing at home.
There's nothing on these things
One
they
of the
could
oldest
use.
things Mr. Putter's have was the
Don't-
stove. Mr. Putty
Don't
was
bet
very
it
attached
on,
to his
said
stove. He
Tony.
called her Bessie.
Twice
Maybe take
during
Bessie
the
cooked
last
some
2
oatmeal
years.
and
Bugs
tea for Mr. Putter and
And
Tabby.
Sketch
Someday she
had
cooked
been
up
arrested
muffins.
for
And
stealing
really
part of
special day she cooked up some
someone's
soup. Mr. Putter and
motorcycle.
Tabby loved
The last
soup.
arrest was about
But he was in a
9
lot of trouble.
months
Mr.
ago,
Putter never
since
had
there
all
had
the
no
right ingredients.
no
At the
complaints
right time, no
about
onions, he said. He
stripping
was
bikes.
no
But
soup
how long
or no beans, he said.
that would
no
last
and
was
he said no
anybody's
soup.
guess.
And sometimes no
In a
macaroni or
little
soup.
while,
Tabby
the
was
two
really
came
sorry about the
bustling
macaroni.
back.
It was her favorite part.
again passing by with us in the middle. Tony and I waved at them. They didn't wave back.
But one day,
Big
Mr.
shots,
Potter and
Uncle
Tabby
Tony.
wanted soup. Mr. Potter found
Tony
he had
and
everything. Look,
Rode
Tabby,
as
said
far
Mr.
as
Potter.
we could
Even
out
macaroni.
on Turkey
Tabby
Point,
purred and purred.
which
Today
was
will be a soup day.
strip of land extending
Chapter 2,
into
maybe not.
the lake.
Mr. Potter put
The
everything on
tree
the
grew
counter
on the
and
end of
started
it.
chopping. He chopped up
Looking
the
so
celery, he chopped up
lonely,
the carrots, he
you
chopped up the
wondered how it
potatoes, he
could
chopped up
survive.
the onions, and
There
and he
were
cried,
also
cried,
some
cried.
bushes which we used
Tabby was
to
worried
hide,
and rubbing and
and,
gets his
and
death.
as we
Don't worry,
stripped
Tabby,
and
said
cooked
Mr.
on
Potter.
the cake.
It's just the onions, he
Chunks
swam and gave her
Scuba,
Tabby
I,
was that much
and
better.
I
Then Mr.
used the
Potter
single
dumped all the topping things into a big water.
cylinder tanks, which were plenty of the kind of diving
He
we
turned
need.
on the stove,
pulled
let them
on the
cook, but nothing
flickers,
happened.
checked
Misty
our
didn't warm
pressure,
up. She
and
didn't warm up even a little. Oh,
gauges.
she just sat there cold and quiet.
Then
Oh no, said Mr.
adjust
Potter.
our
Bessie,
face
on the
masks
blue.
into
What
the
do we even do
burning
now?
tube attached to the All
Mr. Potter
set.
looked at Tabby.
We
Tabby looked at
waved
Mr.
out
Potter. They both had looked at Mrs. Terry
into the
Baby
water,
house.
tilted
Through the window. Said
our
Mr. Potter.
waist.
Took the
Then
three
we drove
neighbors.
in.
Mrs. Terry
We
and Mr.
swam
Potter
out
friend had a
about
good dog.
100
It was a friend.
yards.
Tabby's friend.
Tony and
They
I
always liked
checked
being
back
neighbors, and
on
Mrs.
each other.
Terry loved
The old
to cook.
buddy bits
Mrs. Terry
every
and Potter
couple of
Misty on the
minutes
blink.
to see
I
that
am
the
trying
other
to make a
one
soup.
was
Oh
all
dear.
right. We
So
frightened
Mrs. Terry, Mrs. Tabby,
individual
and I
fish,
make a soup at
some
your
over
house?
2 feet
Asked
long,
Mrs. Potter.
and a school of sunfish so
Daddy,
numerous
what happened?
you wouldn't believe. All at once, I got the scare of my life. I looked up and could see Tony fast-moving flippers, but nothing else. And then even the flippers had disappeared. Tony, you jerk! I wanted to yell
with the girl.
What he had done, of course, was swimming down over a ledge. I flipped hard towards the spot and saw him diving deeper into the water. The position of the sun made it easy to see the underwater continent. Can you stop?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, come on.
And he promised he will not be a brother.
And what I saw was a skin diver.
Zeke is not a brother.
World.
His brother.
The ledge went straight down like a wall viewing along the sides, their long slender leaves waving back and forth as if they were keeping time to music. But the drop was too deep for Tony and me.
For the brother, Mr. Putty and Tabby carried all their soup things over Mrs. Tabby's house and met at the door, and he had his lip. No walk, Zach, Mrs. Putty said. Putty, can I check the timer?
A no.
But training for my cat.
Yeah, but can I check the timer? 25?
Go ahead.
Okay. But I'm not sure what under
Hey.
there. Huh?
Go sit down to read it.
He told me to check the timer.
Why you have to pay attention like that?
Oh.
Go ahead to check it. Go.
Lost my toe.
Go to check it. Under 25. Let it add you 30 more minutes.
25 and
Go.
30 minutes?
Go ahead to check it. Go.
Equals 50 minutes.
Go. Yeah. Because you're not paying attention to reading.
I am.
Go to check. Go to make your feeling to know that.
Go.
Go ahead. Keep checking.
Go check the clock. You said.
Mr. Putty and Tabby.
Bro, you said go. Dude, go. Check.
Mr. Putty and Tabby walked the dog.
It could go down to 40 or 50 feet.
Wait, I didn't
Maybe
finish this
more.
page.
Neither one of us had ever dived more than 30 feet before. I was sure we could, but we had made a promise to our parents. 30 feet was the limit until we got a couple of years older. Then we could dive deeper. Until then, two bright shining objects suddenly flashed below me. I looked for Tony and saw him swimming towards the left. Whether he had seen the shining object, I didn't know. Tony not half as curious as I am. If I saw something strange, he might want to check it out, or he might not. It always depends on how he felt at the moment. Me and I, like that curious cat, two shining objects might not have been anything but water.
Potter started chopping the termites.
But there was something about them that deserved a closer look. At least, my opinion, they did. But I didn't want to swim too down alone. I didn't want to get too wide a gap between Tony and me. You never know when something could happen to the breathing apparatus, to the pressure good, to anything. And you want your partner nearby to give you help. I was about to cuss Tony for ignoring that unwritten law. When I saw him look back quickly, I motioned him to come forward. What is that?
An idea. Chapter 2. Chapter 1. Chapter 3. Good things. Mr. Putty and his fine cat Tabby liked big snow, but they couldn't go in them. They were too cold. Mr. Putty might
What is
slip
that?
and break something. Tabby might catch a bad cold.
Motion him again. More instantly this time. Then I put down towards the shining
Look your
object.
focus reading.
I'm not.
I saw him check
20
his
minutes
depth
only.
gauge. I checked mine's 22 feet. Then we had been swimming about 5 minutes. We had from 8 to 10 minutes of
Go ahead,
diving
you
time
have to finish that 4 ball.
left
Go ahead.
before we had to surface. I started to motion to him again, but he was already swimming towards.
You're going quick.
You read?
Yeah.
I turned
Which one
and
you pick?
headed down towards the two shining objects. I figured they must be about 15 to 20 feet deeper. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, but I've just got
But they didn't mind
to see
staying in
what
the
those
house because
things are
Mr.
down
Putty
there.
was so cold
Gradually,
he had a
I
knife
began
socket
to distinguish
and
the
little pets, and
outlines
he had a
of what
campfire.
you know. A
Staying all
bike,
night when
not
it
the
was
ordinary
so-
pedals
So
type
stuff and
two
warm and wavy
wheelers, but a bike,
and
a
warming.
dirt bike.
Then, but one day, Mr.
It
Brother and
lay on the
this
side
one day
near
when
a
Mr. Putty
giant
and
boulder.
Tabby went inside for a
boulder.
big snow.
The two
Well,
shining
Mr.
objects
Putty got
turned
an idea.
out
He
to
had
be its
everything
handlebar.
Ryder
The
needed.
rest of its
A
small,
soft chair
compact body was
and a
pretty
good
weak
cat,
from.
and he had plenty of
Again,
papers. Then
I
he
couldn't
wanted
get
to
over
get
it.
mystery no.
A
Mr.
dirt
Putty
bike.
said to Tabby.
How did it get
Said to
here?
Tabby.
How long had it been
He
here?
brought a lot
And
of
what
people
in the world
lit to the fire and planted his chair and got ready to begin. He had
do
to think
about
of
it?
time. He thought
I
and
looked
thought and
around
thought and thought and
at
thought and thought.
Tony. The question in my
Then he finally told
well,
Tabby, I should
are
call
we
my
just
boat
going to
the
sit
mystery
here and look
lighthouse
at
cove.
it? Or shall we do something about
It was a
it?
very good time for the
Mini
mystery
bikes
as a boy
and
who read a lot
motocross
of books.
Race
And times were like that.
have become pretty popular in our
And
neighborhood.
Mrs. Putty
Mike
was so
told
big.
me.
He started to fix the snacks. He went to and fixed a
16-year-old
big apple
brother
salad pan of
was
corn muffins,
A Honda
some custard pudding,
XL120
and a cheese ball.
XL.
Mr. Putty
Honda
spent 3 minutes on his
XL.
title
I
and 4 hours on
25.
his snack.
He had a bike since he was 11 years.
Then he took a nap. Mystery
He had
writing
a bike
was not
since
easy work.
he was
Chapter 2. Chapter 1.
11 years.
Chapter 2, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 1. One day, on
With a
one
small
second day that he was a mystery
Suzuki.
writer,
And
Mr. Potter
getting
had a
the
long, nice
Honda
breakfast
only
for
last
Tabby and
year.
oatmeal tea. He
I
settled
envied
down
him
and wrote again.
and another motorbike owner. For a long time, I had even dreamed of owning one of these babies myself someday,
But
but it
first
had
he had to
been
stop
just a
the
dream.
fire. Then
I
he had to
swung
clean
around the
Tabby's
bike,
ears.
noticed that
Then he
part
had to find a sweater.
of its
Then he
wheels
had to
were
move his
sunk
chair closer to the window.
in
And he
the
had to move it
sand.
back.
I grabbed its handles and pulled the bike, moved
Then he
easily,
settled down again, ready to ride.
stirring up the
Ready to
sand,
ride.
and
Mr.
I
Potter
stared
looked at the walls and he
at
thought
Tony.
and thought and thought. Then finally,
No,
Chapter
his
1.
lips
He
said
began to
he
think some
shook
more.
his
He
head,
looked at the
and no again.
rabbit, and
I
there's a
frowned
rabbit
at
on the
him
yard. Such a nice
and
rabbit.
shook my
Such a
head
nice rabbit, Mr.
vigorously.
Potter said to Tony.
Darn it, Tony!
The rabbit made
I
him
wanted to
made him
shout.
think of
I
Easter.
found
Easter
his
made him
butt.
think of
I
boiled
want to
eggs.
get it out of here. No! His lips formed the word again. The jerk. I thought. Wait till you want something from me. I didn't give up. if he was going to
He
help
decided
me,
to fix a snack.
I'd get
Then he
the
went
bike out by myself.
He went
And
to
if I
into the
weren't
kitchen
able
and
to
boiled
do
eggs
it alone,
and
I'd get
vegetable stew.
my father to help me turn it away from Tony. I grabbed the handlebars of the bike and started to lift it.
Your face
But
more.
even through being the water made it lighter. It was still too heavy for me to lift. Of course, it was got to give up when Tony grabbed the rear fender
And one bath, he took a bath
by
and
the
took a
shaking
nap.
of his
Mr.
head,
Riding
and we began to swim up with it.
Chapter 3, Good Things. On the third day, it was a mystery rider, and Mr. Putter woke up ready to ride again. He liked being a rider.
No.
What?
Go, Kevin. No sleeping. Go finish it.
By the shake of his head, and we began
Then
to
Mrs.
swim
Tabby
up with it.
had a first
We
and
raced
cinnamon
to the
toast.
surface and
Tea.
swam with
And-
it to the tip of Turkey Points. It was heavier now,
Tea.
but we
Then Mr. Potter
managed to
patted
pull
Toby
it to shore.
and think he
Where
looked out the
I
window.
Experiment.
To
Sorry.
take off my mask, the air
looked
cylinder,
at-
and
He
the
looked at the
fins.
fire thinking.
Tony
He looked
the
at
same.
Tabby thinking.
When we both looked out
Mr. Potter thought how the blue sky
underwater
was. He thought
treasure,
how
I
warm
wondered
the
how
fire
it
felt.
get-
He thought how nice it would
how
be
it
with Tabby.
brought
He
in
thought so many good things.
I
He
said,
began to write them down.
Nobody
Good things, yellow cat,
in
old
his
sweater,
right mind
cinnamon
would
toast,
toss a
toast, long
beauty
laugh, good rain,
like that
good dogs,
into
good
a
rain.
lake. Tony didn't
He wrote-
answer
He
immediately,
wrote and wrote. Then Mr.
and I
Potter
saw
wrote all
his
day long.
forehead crease, as if he were trying to remember
Go.
something. Don't you tell me you know something about this? I asked. I think I do.
Then Mrs.
He
Fanny
answered,
started
Remember
running.
back into
The snow had
about
melted. Mr.
remember
Potter
back
went to the
about
next door
2
to
years
visit
ago
Mrs. Tippin.
when
And
a
her
house
good dog Zach.
was damaged in a
Bunny, bunny,
storm?
bunny. Then they had
And
to
one
fight
of
fire and
the
peanut butter and
things
squash for
Lost
super.
one. It was a dirt bike. Hey, that's right. I said I
Then Mr.
remember.
Potter read good
The
things.
whole
Then he
picture
finished.
wasn't
Mrs.
too
Terry was
clear yet,
changing.
but I
She said
vaguely
Mr. Potter was
remembered the
wonderful writing. She said she could never listen for
The storm
she
and
wanted
the
she could
damage.
listen forever.
houseboat.
I wrote in my right,
Well,
the mystery of Lighthouse Cove.
The
Mr.
things
Mr.
were
Potter
ever
was sad.
found.
Said sadly,
must
but I
be
wrote good things and said
The
I ate too much
minibike
and I
that
took
was
too many
lost.
naps.
I don't know why. What I happened to turn just
Pay attention.
maybe it was
Book are you reading?
intuition,
Bunny, bunny, bunny.
but I had a
Bunny, bunny,
feeling
bunny.
that we
Mr.
were
Terry
being
told him
watched.
not to worry.
Sure enough,
She said
we
the world
were.
was full of mystery
I got
riders,
a
but
slight
riders of
shock
good things
because
are few
the two
and
guys
far
who
between.
were
But
sitting
Mr.
on
Potter
their
did not feel so
motorcycles
sad
about
then.
100 feet away
And he did not
from
feel so
us
sad too.
stared at us.
Down.
Usually
on.
came on
In fact,
strong.
the
They
two-
had
every
probably
rider looked like
arrived
a
just
review.
before Tony and I had
Bunny, bunny,
surfaced
bunny.
with the
Bunny, bunny, bunny.
minibike. Look who's watching us like vultures.
Then Mr. Potter had so much
I
fun.
said, yeah, Long Manor and Sketch Bentley
Oh yeah, I skipped the
observed
page.
Tony,
Bunny,
the
bunny,
two
bunny.
most honest guys in Rodell.
To celebrate the
They
good
were
reviews
wearing
and the
dark
and good
sunglasses.
neighbors, Mr. Potter
One
took
was
tea baby
sitting on
and
his
Tabby
arms.
for a vanilla mouse.
No statement. What happened?
And
What
Mrs.
Edgy?
Huh?
What happened?
And he had so much
I had
fun.
a problem right here.
Yeah, I already know
I
that.
didn't know, but look.
And,
More-
and when they
more
for
fish
the
now.
next big snow.
No, not here. Look. So,
You see,
What
oh,
can
I
see
feel
out
it. I
there?
feel it. Right here.
yeah, he
What's
could
that?
be a writer
You
again.
feel it?
Go.
See this red thing?
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. What is it?
I just saw it. So like
My heart
does it feel like
started
a puppy?
pumping hard. Only, are you sure that you look? Let's go. Oh, get it washed so that when you have
Now go ahead
it
and
home,
finish. Finish
your
one more.
father won't want to
I
throw it
just
into
this.
the junk pile. Tony interrupted. He stepped closer
To finish
to
clear.
it
Finish that.
and rubbed off the
The last one.
slimy
And then all done?
Yeah.
algae.
Go.
Then
Go.
particularly covered a name. Johnny Joe.
Mr. Puddin and Tabby walked
You
the
know
dog.
something, Ron? I think
Puddin,
you
Tabby walked the
found
dog.
yourself a real sharp little racer here.
Chapter 1, the
I
lollipop.
read
Chapter 2,
Mike's
the
Bike
nightmare. Chapter 3, the
magazine
dream dog.
once
Chapter 4,
in a while,
Go, read.
and I remember reading an article or two about the Johnny Joe. Yes, sir. Sir.
Chapter 1,
Yes,
the
sir.
Chapter 2,
Baby, I think
The
you
lollipop.
found yourself
Mr.
something
Puddin and his
unless
friend Cat
the
Tabby. He lived to the next door.
K
Mrs.
lines
Tedder,
try to take
and
it
small
back
dog
from
Zack.
you. The K lines,
Mrs. Terberry sometimes gave
they're
Mrs.
the people
Puddin
who
eggplant
had
for his
owned the
supper.
houseboat.
And sometimes Puddin gave
That's right.
Kiwi for her
I have
lunch.
to check on that.
Sometimes they were
I
very
said.
happy living by side.
I wish she hadn't
One
mentioned
day Mrs.
the
Terry
K
scooped
lines.
and
All the time we were
Kiwi hurt
washing
her
the
foot.
slime off the mini.
Took the foot to the doctors. The doctor said the foot needs a rest. No walking except for a week. No walking except for a week?
What
Cried Mrs. Terberry.
is that?
But
That's
I can. Then who will walk my lollipop? She always calls it her lollipop.
a minute. It was two.
Then Mrs. Puddin, who had and the little lollipop. Terry was happy. Oh no, said Mrs. Mrs. Puddin. That won't tug. I
Yes,
hope
the
she
bike
doesn't wrap
was
tea.
our next public. My father was working, and he had the car. I wrecked my brain and finally thought of Mr. Renston, our next door neighbor. Not only did he work nights,
Oh
but
no.
he had a
Zack won't wrap.
utility trailer. The mini would fit into it easily. I mentioned my idea to Tony, and he
I hope she
agreed.
doesn't chase the other
Mhm.
zip. No,
We
okay.
used our locker room
And she said
in the
finally
brush against
for
right,
the big one.
and us
Mrs.
with
Puddin.
the towels
That's one.
and got into our
Mrs.
clothes.
Is a
Then,
good dog.
while Tony
Zick is a fine
remained to
dog.
watch
Mrs. Puddin
over
looked
the
at
mini,
Look at the
which
little
looked
one.
like
Zick is a
looked a
dream dog.
lot different now after the wash. I
Mr.
to
Puddin
Mr.
said.
Renston's house and found him putting a new kitchen sink. It seemed that the
He took Mrs. Puddin and Tabby
Renston's house
through the
and
yard and the
found
trees
him
in the
putting
house.
in
They
a
had
new
never been
kitchen sink.
through
It
this
seemed
before.
that the Restons were
When
always
Mrs.
putting
Puddin
in,
and Tabby
in
got some,
something new or
they got
buying
some warm
new
milk and
furniture.
putting in a nut.
My mother
Then Zick is not
said
dream dog. Said
that they
Tabby.
will
Said they
always
were
but
Zick is a nightmare.
inexpensive stuff which seldom lasted long.
Oh.
A good reason, I suppose, for buying new things
Bunny.
fairly regularly
For
to
a
give
sec-
Mr.
For a sec,
Reston
they took
the
him for a
whole
walk.
story.
Zick
and
wrapped
got
around
the
the trees. He
answer.
wrapped
I
around
was
the elm
afraid
tree.
I
He
would
wrapped
get
around the pine tree.
it till
He
I
wrapped
get
around the pear tree. He always wrapped.
this
Mrs. Puddin and Tabby
go.
was with him.
sink and room. Said
Mr. Puddin
You
and
can
Tabby
wait
got home
for
and they got some
another
warm milk and puff and a nut.
hour
Zick
or
is not a
so.
dream dog.
Be
Said
glad to
Mr.
bring your
Puddin.
bike
Zick is a
home.
said to
Then
Tabby.
What
They
kind
woke
of
up
bike
to-
do you
They
say
woke up.
it
Zick is a
was?
nightmare.
A dirt bike. What they call
Money.
a mini bike, I said.
On the third day,
It's got
Zick chased
a
the dogs. He
motor?
didn't chase
Oh,
the
yes.
little ones. He chased the
A
big ones. He chased the Russian
A
wolf.
single
He chased a great dane. He
cylinder.
chased a Titan
Two
bear.
cycle
Then
engines. I explained.
Then they
It
got
should
bored
fit
with
into
being
your
chased.
trailer easily, Mr. Renston.
Then they
Oh,
turned around
I'm
and chased
sure
Zick
it
and
will,
Mr. Puddin
but
and Tabby.
it still be
they
half
chased
an
the-
hour.
The big dog
He
chased them
looked
through
at
the
his
yard and the crate and the
Wristwatch.
house. They
It's
had never
a quarter
seen this before.
of 4 now. I'll see you About a
Then
quarter
Mr. Pudding
after
got home.
Ron.
They had some warm milk, then a short bread and a nap. Then Zach was not dreamed of. So Mr. Pudding said it's too tabby. He said to Tabby. So then when he woke up, Zach is a nightmare. And the two of them sat around wondering what they would do. They weren't sure they couldn't live enough days with the lollipop. Chapter 3, the dream. Wait.
Oh, yes.
Chapter 3, the dream dog.
A singular cylinder,
Here's
two
the
cycle
deal,
engine.
Zach.
I
Mr. Pudding
explained.
on the 4th day. You will
And
be
to
a good
fit
dog
into
every day
your
after
trailer.
a while. Get a nice
Easily,
surprise.
Mr. Venston.
Zach was a smart dog. He knew
I'm
what the
sure
deal was.
it will, but
On the 5th day, he didn't talk.
it'll
He
still
didn't
be
He
half
didn't chase.
an
He was a dream
hour.
dog.
He looked at his wristwatch. It's a quarter of 4 now. I'll see you about
Mr. Pudding
a quarter
took him
after
to
Ron.
Rosie Feast.
Okay,
He had
I'll
fudge
wait for
sundae
you
and
at
extra
Cherry
cherries.
Points.
On
Mr.
the 5th day,
Venston,
Zach
Tony's
didn't talk.
there,
He didn't
watching
rap.
the
He did
bike
not
fly.
cheat. He
I
was a dream
rode
dog
back
again.
and told Tony the story.
Then,
There was nothing
Mr.
to
Pudding
do
Tabby
but
took him to a
sit on
swimming
the
pool.
sand and
He
wait.
jumped on the diving board 15 times. Then, on the 6th day, Zach was a dream dog. He went to the
How long
carnival.
have you been reading?
Come here, wait for come here, finish that book then.
Yeah.
See the last one.
On the 7th day, Zach was a dream dog too. He
I
went to
feel
the
like I've
zoo.
been reading
And
for
Mr.
like
Pudding and
10
Tabby,
to
Zach
15
went home
minutes.
for the last time.
No,
Mr.
over.
Tabby asked,
You over.
was it a good lollipop? Mr. Pudding said he
It was
got the pea
nothing
instead of kiwi.
to do but
He smiled
sit
and
on the sand and
He
wait.
said, Zach was a dream
We
lollipop.
talked lollipops on our conversation,
Then
converting
Tabby said
Lug
goodbye
Men,
and went
Manor,
home and
and
had a
Stitch,
party.
Bentley,
Had a
and the
good dream.
King Lions, who Tony was more and more convinced and owned
How
the
was
Johnny
wait,
Joe.
how was that?
I was beginning to wonder if
Here
fixing
are
up the mini
voices.
bikes
But I'm
to
hungry.
get it running again,
hungry.
it would be
Oh, did I?
worth it
Follow.
if they eventually
Subscribe.